Hello, all of my friends around the world. It's quite a while since I gave you an update of my new upcoming book, Onnistu suuressa maailmassa. And even if it's in Finnish, I thought I would give you an idea of what the book, first of all, is all about and how I envision that book to impact my friends in Finland when they read it, specifically the companies that wants to become more efficient in their internationalization process. First of all, the manuscript is going to be sent out tomorrow, which is Sunday, 12th of August 2007. And the book itself includes 8 chapters. And these chapters really kind of tie together all the different components, elements that I envision as an entrepreneur, that people that want to get into the internationalization business has to take into consideration. One of my big themes in my book is about reference framework. A reference framework really means that I, as a Finnish person or having a Finnish origin, having lived here in the US for almost 10 years, I have a completely different view on this world than, for example, my family in Kotka or my friends in Helsinki. Why is that so? First of all, even having a Finnish heritage and having lived here for 10 years, I have really seen both sides of the Atlantic from a culture perspective as well as from a business perspective. And the older I grow, the less I feel that there's one good solution for anything. Finns or Europeans might think that the way business is done here in the US is too aggressive and too pushy. On the other hand, if you look at the Finnish side of things, for example, if a US person went and participated in a business occasion, that person might think, what's going on here? Why isn't anybody selling anything? So it's really a way for me to explain that there's no right or wrong, but what I really want everybody to understand is that you have to understand the differences. If you don't, you will never be successful. Okay, let's go into the book itself. The first chapter is all about the reference framework and how that impacts each and every one of us when we do international business. The second chapter is about globalization and my dear country Finland, where I really explain how I view what has happened the last 10 years or so. One of the big books that really made a big impact on me is Thomas Friedman, The World is Flat. That kind of explained all the different feelings that I had when I visited India back in 2005 the first time. I'm also discussing in this chapter about how I view that the globalization is impacting Finns specifically. Not only Asia, but I think one of the things that we Finns have neglected completely is the Southern Americas marketplace. And I think that's one of the things that every Finn should really look at. I just returned from a 10-day trip to Caribbean islands, and I had a chance to talk to lots of different types of people, even a guy from Latin America who is senior VP for a huge global company, and we had a good discussion about what's going on in this world. I'm also going to talk about my experiences in India, of my Asia business, specifically in India. And then I'm going to talk about, in the third chapter, I'm talking about the changes and opportunities that we'll have in this new changed world. How it's going to impact the business models for software vendors, how has it impacted the more traditional industry, and how the understanding how important it is to understand these new business models if you are going to do business in the new global world. The second thing, it's all about setting a strategy for your company, and that includes setting a strategy for your products, your market segments, the positioning of the company. And I'm going to give a few examples of how that strategy can be executed and built. I'm also going to talk about the changes that have or has taken place in the way we work today. Almost all of us work virtually, so do I. And this virtual working really has made a huge impact on the cost structures of the companies. So you can really do global business without really having to invest a lot of money into physical facilities. I'm also addressing to some extent the technology and how technology is changing our ways we work, and I'm addressing the changes in Web 2.0 space. The fourth chapter is about how to build a company in this new economy. That's a bad word, I know, but it really is a new economy. The stock market here in the US has been zigzagging the last week, crashing in fact, and the housing market is really feeling the pain, which might be an opportunity, by the way, to some people if they want to invest. Now it's time to invest in the housing market here in the US. So building a company, I'm giving examples, and those examples of building one is really about my current new company called TELUS International, and ideas around that, how it has been possible for me to build an organization where we have people in Finland, in Canada, in Asia, soon in South America, such as Brazil and Mexico, and how that organization can be run from any place in this world. I'm also going to address the issues around offshoring. I have lots of exposure to that now. The fifth chapter is all about internationalization and what kind of requirements are set for people in that space. So if I talk to anybody in Europe, any company in Europe that wants to internationalize, I need to know and tell them about the requirements. Also about how Finns, typical things that I face when working with Finns, and also the requirements themselves. Number 6, it's about setting sales and marketing strategy for a company in the new global markets. And that's I'm going to address how to work with organizations such as Microsoft, such as IBM, or International Association of Microsoft Certified Partners. And number 7 and number 8 will be about production innovation, how the new innovation is impacting our product development units. And that also includes outsourcing and offshoring. So I'm going to talk about that in that chapter. And then number 8, it's really about how to build products. Today, products are built in a more modular fashion. And I'm also addressing a topic called product platform, which is part of my doctoral thesis as well, about software factories, domain-specific modeling, and how to build and work in an ecosystem like Salesforce.com or Microsoft or even open source. So I hope you enjoy. The ones that are able to read my Finnish, and I hope to be able to do the same thing in English with a little different twist, which will be a twist for people here in the US. I hope to hear from you soon, and expect to hear from me real soon. Thanks. Bye.